We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Good morning, tubers. Matt M. Roy back once again. Getting my first cup of go-go juice here. Actually, I tell a lie, it's my second cup. Bad Matt, don't lie. But I want to tell you guys something that happened last night that was really, really interesting. So I go to bed last night around midnight. I was watching some old episodes of The Twilight Zone. The one with Billy Mooney or Mummy, where he sends everybody to the corn, and then the one where they had the midnight sun, where the Earth was orbiting closer to the sun, and everything was going to be cooked in a matter of days. So I watched those two, went to bed, and then I slept in this morning. I got up maybe around 9:30, so I stagger out of bed. I'm getting my first coffee. I go downstairs, and what do I hear from Dad? Baxter spent the night in the garage. That's right. And I'll tell you, the only way he could figure that out was last night. He went in there, because we have our secondary fridge in the garage. He went in there to defrost some soup that he had. Baxter is such a stealthy cat. He's like a ninja cat. He must have just swooped behind him, snuck in the garage, and we didn't see him. So he spent the entire night in the garage. And I'm going to show you guys Baxter in just a sec. He seems to be okay, but he's definitely tired, which I can understand because I'm sure he didn't get much sleep in there. Temperatures last night got into the low 30s, so it was really cold. I'm just glad that he's okay, but I don't think he will do that again. So let me turn this around and show you guys what Baxter's up to right now. All right, tubers, so here's Mr. Baxter laying on Mom's recliner. He's extremely lazy at the moment, which again is totally understood. He's actually still cold. I could feel his head is cold. I may cover him up later. I don't see any ill effects. I mean, he's not sneezing or sniffling or anything like that. But what a little stinker, Baxter. You need to learn not to sneak into places. And this is not the first time. This has happened in the closet under the stairs, in Dad's work closet. The second you open it, he'll just go in there because he's so nosy. Typical cat behavior. Cats are extremely nosy creatures. They want to go into places that they're not normally allowed. They want to venture in there and see all the new sights. But unfortunately, that's what happens, buddy. If you sneak in somewhere and we don't see you, and we go and shut the door, you're going to get stuck. I mean, I can't get mad at him. That's just typical cat behavior. That's what they do. But yes, Baxter is okay, so you guys don't have to worry. He's probably just going to sleep this off. He's got a good, thick, coarse coat of hair, or fur, I should say, so he can handle some cold temperatures once in a while. Now, just a top tip, if you guys have pets, whether they be cats or dogs or what have you, this time of year, be very careful about letting them outside because temperatures can dip below freezing, even down here in the south, very quickly. And I believe it only takes about an hour of sub-32-degree weather, that's 32-degree Fahrenheit weather, for pets to get into real trouble. You know, their blood will kind of thicken up a little bit, or was it thin up? Thin up a little bit, I'm sorry. It'll thin up a little bit, and they can start getting hypothermia. So be very careful if you guys have pets and you're bringing them outside. You can see Baxter is extremely happy that I'm here petting him right now. But I'm going to go ahead and pause the vlog. I need to start the rest of my day. I may be going to some thrift stores today. Hopefully get some really good items because it is middle of the week. It's usually when they put stuff out. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this video. And I'll talk to you guys on the flip side. Aw. Say goodbye, Bax. All right, tubers, a little weather update. 10:54 a.m. It's 45 degrees with 57% humidity. So a lot less humid than yesterday. With those readings, it should be a lot more pleasant outside. Mom's feeding Milo there. What are you giving him?
Ham.
Ham? Oh, yeah. He loves his ham in the morning. It's very interesting. Baxter will not eat people food at all to save his life, I'm sure. Milo can't get enough of it. Ham, turkey, cake pops. I mean, this cat will literally eat everything. But we got to watch because he's getting a little chunky at the moment. Little stinker. Mom did some shopping yesterday. Got some goodies. I'm going to show them. She got this Progressive Bash and Chop. Chop, scoop, and transfer foods. And you said you were going to use this to
pick the cookies. Scoop up the cookies on the cookie sheet.
Yeah, so basically when if cookies are sticking to the sheet, she can go ahead and just use this and kind of scoop them up. It's got a little scraper tool on it. Next, she got this here. This is RSVP Endurance Biscuit Cutters. Now, you're going to use this for your thumbprint cookies?
No, Linzer cookies. Linzer cookies.
Okay, she's going to use this for her Linzer cookies to kind of cut out the middles. That's pretty good.
The whole shape.
Yep, and you can see they have all these different sizes here. So, really cool. Probably the small one, I'm guessing, for the Linzer?
Probably this size.
Really?
And
okay.
then you put the hole in the middle. I don't know if I'm going to use the big one, and then, you know, so the jelly shows through with sandwich cookie.
Oh, that's really cool. When you do it, I'll try to get that on film. But this is a nice little device. It makes it a heck of a lot easier. So basically punch, and then it'll be used to put the jelly in.
Well, you put the jelly between the bottom one is solid. You put the jelly, and then you put a hole in the top one when you cook the cookie, and then when you put the top on, the jelly kind of squeezes on top, so you get to see it.
Okay, there you go. Well, she'll explain it more when we do it. But yep, Mom did some shopping.
She's a cookie scoop. That's a cookie scoop.
Oh, nice.
You go like with your cookies and you put them on, and instead of rolling them in your hand and making a mess out of your hands with a ball. That's
interesting. That's definitely innovative. I haven't seen one of those. And of course, we're going to be doing the fruit cakes.
That I bought last year at the end of the season, half price.
So we got, what, 3 pineapples, and then we got a cherry-pineapple mix here.
I need to get a couple more cherries.
But we're getting all ready. We're going to do some cooking, and if Mom will allow me, I might do some filming. So let me go ahead and pause the vlog. Uh-oh.
Nosy.
I want to see if he goes on the table. Sometimes.
You tell him about Baxter?
Yep, I gave him the whole story. Baxter was so naughty. See, this is what Milo does. He'll sit right there. And even with us here sometimes, he knows he's not allowed on the table. Let's see what he'll do.
There's a counter there, yep.
You going to be a good boy? You going to be a good boy?
I don't think he's going to go because I don't think there's food.
Yeah, that's true. But
the other day, I had my cookies, remember? And he was sticking his nose in the dough bowl.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What a stinker. Yeah, Mom had her trays, which are those things right there. They were sitting right here with cookie dough on it, and I was crossing past the counter there, and I came here just in time to see him putting his nose and trying to get a bite of the cookie dough. You are such a stinker, Milo. What's with your eye? Yeah. He's got some allergy issues, kind of like I do at the moment. All right, tubers, I'm going to go ahead and pause the vlog. Milo's actually being a very good boy right now. He's not going on the counter. I'm going to go ahead and get some other things done, and I'll talk to you guys on the flip side. All right, tubers, going to head outside real quick, and it is definitely cold. But it's not the bone-chilling cold that we've had over the past few days. I want to give you guys an update real quick on the leaves situation. Now, you guys know by now that about a week ago, Dad and I and a handyman that we hired spent about 3-4 hours clearing out the entire backyard of the leaves. It was a lot of hard work, and it lasted for a little while, but this is about 2 weeks on. Check out and see how much has fallen. All right, tubers, so you can see that we have a lot of leaves to deal with again. Basically, this entire area was cleaned out, and I would say there's a good 1 to 2 inches of leaves pretty much all over the entire yard. Now, if you look at the tree, this one tends to lose its leaves. This, I believe, is an oak. It is an oak. Tends to lose its leaves last. You can see there's quite a few still on that tree. This tree we actually thought was going to die because when we first had the house built, they were using it as ballast for some type of backhoe or something. They wrapped a chain around it. You can actually see down here where they damaged the bark. And when we first moved here in the late 90s, this was even more damaged than that. But the tree, we didn't have anything done to it. The tree actually healed itself, and it's pretty healthy right now. We're not exactly sure the age of it. If I had to guess, I would say it's probably a 60 or 70-year-old oak tree. We really like the fact that we have a lot of trees left in our backyard because it gives us a lot of shade. But yeah, looks like we're going to have to work on raking these leaves up. We haven't done it yet because it's been raining a lot, and we were afraid they'd be too wet. But, I mean, if you look here, they're not really that damp at all, so I could probably start working on that today, which, since we're going to eat out again, I probably need to work off my meal anyway. They're even falling on our little wood pile here, which is mainly kindling now. I don't think we have any big logs left. We're going to have to go find something locally. There was a guy right around the corner that after he retired, that's what he did. He would actually cut down wood, and he would sell it locally on Craigslist. But he has since passed away. He was an older gentleman, and we're going to have to find a new source. Wow, that's not safe. Got to watch. I tell you, a lot of these trees have been losing their branches recently. I think what's happening is they're choking each other out. You can see these two trees are really close together, and I think they're fighting for nutrients, so they just each one can't get enough nutrients to survive. I can kind of tell this one's starting to die off. We may have to have that one removed next year. You can see the big squirrel's nest up there. If I can forward in there a little bit. Yep, right there. I never noticed that before. I do see a lot of squirrels around here, so I'm not necessarily surprised there is one. But other than that, everything else looks okay. I like to come out in the backyard every once in a while, even when it's cold. You know, to check on things, make sure that the grill is still there, the table hasn't toppled over. One thing that I need to be very careful about, and I noticed this the other day, our AC unit here, been getting a lot of leaves around here, and you want to be careful with these because if you get enough debris in there, it can cause a clog and actually clog the motor and cause it to overheat. So you want to be really careful. Make sure that you always clear off any debris that might have built up around there. Ugh, dirty, dirty, dirty. I never noticed that when they put in the new line, they wrapped it in this kind of yellow plastic tape. I don't know what you call it. Maybe it's like, oh yeah, it's just like a plastic tape to kind of protect it. But yeah, this has been a good unit so far. No real issues. But I'm going to head back inside because I'm not wearing a jacket. I'm getting pretty cold. And I'll talk to you guys. All right, tubers. Time for another cold start on the Buick LeSabre. This is a true cold start. Have not had this running since late last night. So let's see how she does. Turn off the radio because I don't want to get a copyright strike. There she goes. She runs beautifully. And got 136,402 miles on her. I tell you, I am loving this vehicle. She's in great shape. She's a great run. I mean, look at the armrests and everything on here. They're just beautiful. No scratches, no scuffs, no dings. The only thing I had to order was this panel here, and I got that on eBay used for about $30 because the buttons are seized up from not being used. And this is really easy to replace. This whole thing just pulls right off and slides out, and you can see that back there is just one little connection. So once I get that in, that'll be an easy fix, and she will be 100% ready to go. Well, I need to head out to the thrift store and the dollar store. We'll see what the rest of the day brings. You know what? I had forgotten. I call this car the Mickey Mouse ears because doesn't that look like Mickey's head and then Mickey's ears right there? That always just made me laugh. Just a observation. All right, tubers, I'll talk to you guys on the flip side. I'm here in my local playground, Dollar Tree, trying to pick up a few essentials for the LeSabre. I'm going to get some of these 40 count wet wipes. I'm going to try to find one that actually isn't broken. They're really picked over. I guess before Christmas, everybody's trying to get what they need. I need to get some wet wipes, and I also need a box of tissues. Now, you guys know normally they have the Scotty's ones, but they've been out of those for the longest time. So I think what I'm going to do is just get one of these because this should fit nicely in the car. Isn't that nice? Faith, what does it say? Faith, family, and friends. Inspirational tissue box. I love it. So I got the two necessities. I also need to pick up some pasta sauce, and there was something else I'm missing. The tissues, that, pasta sauce, and I'll figure it out. All right, tubers, I'm going to go ahead and pause the vlog. We'll see what the rest of the day brings, and I'll talk to you guys. All right, tubers, so I'm over in this section. I'm just going to get this kind of cheap pasta sauce because I'm going to be using it for a little bit of a recipe later. It doesn't need to be the best stuff. I'll just get a couple cans of this. This is the Hunt, so let's see. I'll get the traditional. I'll get 2 cans of the traditional sauce. This stuff's really good for basic recipes. Like I'm going to be making some meatballs later, and this works just fine for that. You can also use this to put a topping, like if you're making meatloaf. This works really good as a topping instead of ketchup. So that's going to be my haul today. Pasta sauce, we got the tissues, and some wet wipes right there. And I still can't figure out what the other thing I need is. I'm sure as soon as I leave the store, it'll come up in my mind, but we'll see what happens. That's all I'm going to be getting today here at Dollar Tree, I think. So I'll talk to you guys on the flip side. Okay, now I remembered what it was. I wanted to get a couple more of these sugar in the raw packets. I know I talked to you guys about this, and I think I'm going to go ahead and pick up another thing of the grape jelly spread, because I don't think I'm going to have quite enough for the recipe. But other than that, that'll be it. And I just use this Pampa grapefruit spread. It works just as fine as regular grape jelly. And the thing I like about this, there is no high fructose corn syrup in this. So if you guys are trying to diet, you're trying to eat more healthy, this is definitely a good way to go. And of course, the same thing with the cane sugar. So let me go ahead and get a basket, because they did not have a basket anywhere. See if I can find one. Let me pay for it, get out of here, and we'll continue with the day. And I'll catch you guys a little bit later. Here at the local car wash. Just trying to get my bearing here. Since a lot of you guys tell me you like to see these car wash videos, figured I'd go ahead and do one. I just paid for it, $11. But I really don't have much of a choice because it's too cold to open the spigot and do it at home. I'd actually have to deal with frozen water in the line. So I guess $11 isn't too much to ask to protect your car's paint over a long and harsh winter. Looks like this Impala in front of me is almost done. So once he gets out, I'll be able to enter this wash. This is the only car wash in my immediate area, believe it or not. The next closest one is in the town over, and I think that's about 20 miles from here. So all the other ones, unfortunately, have closed up. I guess a lot of people aren't using them. We had maybe 3 or 4 in the area. We had some old school ones that were like the full brushes. And those I actually preferred because they did a much better job cleaning the nooks and crevices of the car. But since about 2010, those have gone away. They've been torn down, and they made them into like supermarkets, convenience stores. One actually turned into our local Aldi and CVS. And I'm rambling on, and it looks like I'm ready to enter the wash here. Woo! The pre-mist spray. Now, my particular car does not have an antenna. Whoop, gotta get over the hump there. So I don't have anything to worry about. And it should tell me to stop in just a moment. That's it. Woo, look at the cotton candy on the window. Kind of festive, don't you think, guys? What do we got there? Pink and green and maybe a little blues. Wow. You can see and hear the brushes on the side. Let me take you guys off here. Definitely does a good job of brushing the car. Haven't had any issues with this particular car wash scratching paint, thankfully. No, don't eat me! No, no, no! Here comes the power wash. Two different sets of brushes. One does the front half of the car and the other does the rear half. Put you guys back on the pedestal here. Boy, with all that noise, you would think it'd be dangerous for the paint, but this actually isn't. This This one does a really good job. They have like these little rubber brushes instead of the old like bristly ones. Here's a spot-free wash that prevents all the water spots from forming. Wow. Immediately I could tell a difference. Alright, tubers, I'm going to go and pause this video, but you guys got your fill of the car wash. We'll see what the rest day brings, and I'll talk to you guys on the flip side. Alright, tubers, you see the two boys are on the bed right there, just relaxing. About 3:30, and I'm going to end the vlog here because I have a live stream going on tonight, so hopefully I can get this uploaded before the live stream. That way you can watch the vlog and then stay tuned to the live stream. Please continue to like and subscribe. I'm going to start saying have a Merry Christmas. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.